Shabbat Shalom from Temple Concord. This week our Torah portion nears the end of the book of Numbers, and in fact we have a double portion, and by the end of it we will have finished the book of Numbers, which means Deuteronomy is beginning and it means the high holidays are just around the corner. Today though, in the Torah portion that we'll look at this Shabbat, we have an interesting request by two of the tribes, Reuben and Gad. They are shepherds and they want to keep their holdings out on the other side of the Jordan River and not cross into the land of Israel. And they say, look, give us that land that we want, and in return, we'll be the protectors for you guys. We'll be the shock troops, so if anybody tries to attack you, they're going to have to get through us first. In a sense, they're saying, look, we'll take care of you, you help take care of us, and together we'll move forward. It's a fascinating model for them way back when, but it's also exactly what we need to do right now. In times where we are living in a pandemic, as we are right now, we need to look out for each other. We need to wear masks, not just for ourselves, but for each other. When I put the mask on, I'm doing it for me, but I'm also doing it for you. And when you put on the mask, you're doing it for you, but also for me. In a sense, we're all working together. Unfortunately, we haven't always gotten that message nationally. Some political leaders have been better about that than others in terms of saying we're all in this together. But this is how we'll get through. It is recognizing that we are linked to each other, that we survive together or we fall together, and that we need to work together. We need to look out for each other. We need to consider the interests of the other every bit as much as our own interests. If we do that, we'll get through this pandemic, and we'll do so not just more healthfully, but more holy, more full, more filled with shalom, with a sense of wholeness. And that's ultimately what our goal is. It's not just to survive, but to thrive. So we need to follow the model of Reuben and Gad and their tribes, to look out for our own interests and ourselves, of course, but also to look out for each other and to reach out for the other and say, how can I make my behavior help you? That's what we need to do in our community. It's what we need to do in our country as we confront this awful pandemic. I hope you'll join us for services. Friday evening, services are at 6 o'clock on Zoom. Saturday morning, Torah study at 10, services at 11, both on Zoom. Saturday evening, Havdalah at 8 o'clock, also on Zoom. On Monday evening, our adult book group that has been studying how to be an anti-racist has a wonderful opportunity to zoom in to a presentation given by the author, Dr. Ibram Kendi, that's taking place actually at a library in Maryland, but you'll see there is a link to register. It's a free registration, and I hope you'll join me. I'm going to be there, and I'm looking forward to learning from Dr. Kendi and learning how I can do better and how I can identify the moments in my life where, even though I don't like admitting it, I have intrinsic racism built into me, and learning how to confront that and learning how to make myself more open and how to make our society more open. All of this is to say, Reuben and Gad are calling on us. They're calling on us to look out for each other. They're looking at us and calling on us to say, your interests are connected to that of the other. You don't live in a vacuum, and neither do they. We need that lesson. We need it in terms of racial equity. We need it in terms of the pandemic. We need it in terms of the healing of our society. We need to hear Reuben and Gad, who are telling us we are connected. We need each other. Shabbat Shalom for now. Look forward to building those connections with you through the temple.